It is Monday, June the 29th, and somebody really needs to tell the NBA to calm the bleep down. There has been so many big moves around the NBA already, and free agency doesn't kick off till this time tomorrow. So what that means? Let's dive into all the madness. Kick back, relax, because another NBA offseason edition of Unbiased is live and it starts right now. Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome into another episode of Unbiased, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from what right now is a moderate Monday here in New Jersey. By Thursday, I may look like a chicken tender, but we'll get to that when the time comes. And of course, this is the show for all your unbiased sports talk that you guys need. And as always, here we are your hosts, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. Tyler, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How are we doing tonight?
Doing good. 2 words, penalty shootout.
Oh yes, you are in your World Cup mode still. We have Paraguay and Germany tied at 1, currently in the penalty kick stage. What a save!
Damn you, Sam. You're ahead of me. No live commentary from you.
Sorry that I'm ahead of you. But look, tonight is heavy NBA because, of course, last week we attempted to give an NBA offseason preview. We did it. We talked a lot of good stuff. However, at 11:50 Monday night, thank you, as per usual, because that's the running joke we have here at 609. We have a big show set up for Unbiased, and all the breaking news happens on Tuesday after the show, so we have to wait a week to talk about it. And last week proved no different, as at 11:50 Eastern Time last week, Giannis Antetokounmpo, yes, I actually think I got most of his name right, is heading to the Miami Heat now, I believe, Tyler, let me make sure we get this package right. It was Giannis and Bobby Portis both going to Miami.
Yep.
And Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero.
Yep.
There's one more player
involved. As far as Giannis, I can't pronounce the name. He was last year's first-round pick.
Okay, and there is some draft capital.
Yes.
Do we remember what the draft capital was? Let me see if
I believe it was 1 first, a pick swap, and a second. Or no, it was 2 firsts, 1 pick swap, and a second.
Here we go.
So I think it was 4 total.
3 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, 1 second rounder.
Oh, okay. So was that pick swap a first rounder, or that's separate from the 3 first rounders?
It's separate.
Okay.
From the
so it's 3 separate firsts, pick swap, and second round. Okay.
Yes. And of course, the 1 first round pick was the 13th overall pick in this past week's draft. So now 2 more first round picks, the pick swap, and the second round are still to be in the future. But Tyler, I'm gonna look. I don't need your thoughts. I already know your thoughts. But I know you're happy. I know you've been dying to talk about it. Miami's got a star player.
No, they have a superstar player. Yes, the floor is mine. I've been waiting for this moment since Jimmy Butler walked off the floor and didn't want to play anymore. Jimmy, he did a lot of good things for this team. I will say he was their superstar player prior. He brought some good times back to Miami. But now, after a little bit of retooling, didn't take them too long to retool. They made pretty quick work after only one season removed without Jimmy. They saw what happened. They finished 10th, I believe, in the seeding, bounced out of the play-in. It wasn't a good look for Miami. It was a roster with some good, young, talented players, but nobody ready to take on that superstar role. Bam Adebayo, he's his own entity. He's one of the top 5 centers in the league all around. Defensively, he's probably top 3. And I might actually say there's only one guy I think that's more dominant defensively than him, and that's Wemby. But then again, Wemby can't guard 1 through 5, so Bam Adebayo is special. He's great with the ball. He's a playmaker, facilitator, amazing defensively, and he's just always reliable. Not to mention, currently holds the record for second most points ever scored in the NBA history. So
that doesn't count.
Oh yeah, of course it doesn't count. Yeah, I forgot. We make up the rules as we go. But anywho, aside from that, Bam Adebayo was not going to be the player to carry them to, I'm just going to be generous, a conference finals. They were lacking that superstar factor. Now we have 2-time MVP, former NBA champion, Giannis Antetokounmpo, coming over to South Beach. Apparently, he's best friends with Bam Adebayo. He really wanted to come here and play with them. So it looks like this is going to be a better long-term investment. I don't think this will be a short few years stop before he goes. I think he'll be here for a little while. And I know there's a downside to it as well. Yes, they gave up a lot. They traded 4 young first-round picks over the years. Tyler Hero is a good player. He still has, I think, a higher ceiling of what he could possibly reach in the league. But Miami couldn't sit around and wait for that to happen. But there's a lot of voids to fill now. You gutted your roster. You gave up a lot of assets for future draft capital, which I'm not going to sit here and say that they always draft great anyways, so I'm not too concerned about that. They made a draft trade where they got a sharpshooter. So we'll have to see. He was second round. But Miami, they usually do just have some random sharpshooters that come out of nowhere. That's going to be a big thing. They still need to fill out the rest of the roster. They lost one of the finalists for Sixth Man of the Year last year in Jaime Jaquez. They lost a good up-and-coming center in Kel'el Ware, but Bobby Portis, he'll be able to fill that void coming off the bench when Bam needs rest. So it's going to be an interesting rest of this free agency period once it opens up. I know, I don't know if you were going to bring this up later or not, but Andrew Wiggins, he got a contract extension. They were going to retain him. Norman Powell, haven't heard anything yet. It's probably unlikely that they're going to go after him. I don't think they can afford to. They have to get cheaper.
Now that, that's the thing. Now that Wiggins has signed a new contract, which he is going to play a pivotal role for this Heat squad, it looks like it's becoming more unlikely, in my opinion, that Norman Powell is going to be retained. Because I'm sorry, if I'm Norman Powell, and look, this is no disrespect to the Miami Heat. If I'm Norman Powell, I've been a lifetime bench player almost my whole career, and if I wanted to be now, if he wants to be on a contender and compete in the Eastern Conference, which is, even though the reigning champ is in the East, it is weaker. I mean, Milwaukee is no longer going to be a factor for the time being. And if he wants to stay, he's going to have to take a big discount. And they said this even before they gave Wiggins his contract. Now that Wiggins has got his contract,
I think Wiggins ultimately got the contract because Norman Powell's exiting. I think they're prepared for that.
Yeah, because they could not afford to. They could not afford to go into the season without Norman Powell and not have a definite situation with Wiggins. They needed
Yeah.
somebody that can play opposite of Giannis and Bam and provide them with some type of floor
Yeah.
spacing.
Now, I will say, I did hear rumors swirling of a potential reunion with the Miami Heat and a
Oh,
former shooting guard, the bane of my defensive existence, Duncan Robinson, who had a great year with the Pistons. I don't think the Pistons are going to retain him.
So what I have read on X throughout the day is he is going to be waived
Okay.
because Detroit's already put some resources into their wings. They just gave Kevin Herter a new 3-year deal. They just
Yeah,
traded for
I saw
Isaiah
that.
Joe from Oklahoma City. I think Isaiah Joe was kind of already going to come in and be that Duncan Robinson replacement. He
Mm-hmm.
is a very solid shooter, and defensively, and this is no disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Defensively, he's an upgrade from Duncan Robinson. We don't need to be disrespectful, but
Yeah.
we know
Oh,
we
yeah.
know Duncan Robinson.
He's not. And that's why I'm honestly okay with the reunion with him. Oh, my God. That was a terrible penalty. You probably already saw it.
How do you miss that high up?
He's a center back. He's not really good at shooting.
I
I'm
don't care
surprised they
what
have him going this early because they have other options. But
I don't care
yeah,
what you are.
that's
How do you
a
miss that?
yeah, that's a yikes. But anyways, I wouldn't be opposed to a starting five of Davion Mitchell, Duncan Robinson, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. It's a good starting point.
Oh my god. You'll say,
I'm waiting.
you'll say.
Oh,
No, yeah, no, but well, back to what you were saying is no, I agree. I mean
that's it.
there
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if Duncan Robinson is retained by the Heat, him, Mitchell, Wiggins, Giannis, and I mean, like, let's be real, let's be fair. That is actually a perfect lineup to have Duncan Robinson involved in because that is 4 other guys that can defend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's got to be somebody on the court you could put Duncan Robinson on and hide him on the defensive side of the
Oh
floor
yeah,
in that
easily.
situation.
They could go back to running more zone, like they did for all those years.
Oh dear.
And that
But
zone defense was like tops of the league.
so for anybody who discredited USA's group stage winning against Paraguay after what we just watched, talk to yourself about some things.
Yeah. Germany losing in penalty shootout. Yikes.
Hell of a game.
German
Just
soccer
10 minutes.
fans are not happy right now.
I don't
This
think
is
they are.
supposed to be their year. After they got bounced out in the group stage the previous 2 World Cups, they thought they had a chance to make a run here, and it just came to a screeching halt. Wow.
But going back to, well, first off, I also want to point this out real quick that this Giannis trade is also just like the Miami Heat quota.
Oh,
Like, this
yeah.
is what they do. They've done
Exactly.
and outside of Dwayne Wade, and again, special consideration to Bam. Because I would
Mhm.
say
Yeah.
if you had to, like,
Oh,
like,
Bam was
let
a
me
great
ask you this.
draft pick.
If you had to name the best Miami Heat draft pick of all time, it's D Wade,
It's D Wade,
without a question.
hands down.
Bam's probably right behind it.
Bam's definitely second. Third probably would have been Tyler Hero. So, I mean, that doesn't really say a whole lot because that's a pretty long time span. And you only really had 3 impactful players. Well, obviously, D Wade, Hall of Famer.
Third best shooting guard of all time.
Yeah.
Which I think even D Wade's aspect that he would say the same.
Oh, yeah.
But this stems back to Miami ever since they came into the league. In the 90s, they brought in, they got Tim Hardaway. They got Alonzo
Mhm.
Mourning. Then, of course, after they drafted D Wade, they went and traded for Shaq. Then, of course, they went and got LeBron and Chris Bosh. Then they got Jimmy. It's just how the Miami Heat
Yeah.
operate. They go outside their
Yeah.
resources to get their star
And it's
players.
fine because, like I just said, where are the proven draft picks? Nowhere.
No.
Like, at least I'll use the 76ers as an example.
That's a poor example.
So I'm going to start off. Joel Embiid, he was a great draft pick. Aside from them not knowing that he would be plagued by so many injuries, he's a great draft pick. He's a great player. Tyrese Maxey, they hit on him too. I have to word this very easily so you don't bite my head off. Ben Simmons at the time was a good draft pick. And then he decided, I don't even want to score anymore. Forget developing a jump shot. I just don't even want to take layups, shoot free throws, nothing. But when he first came into the league, being a facilitator, lockdown defender, and being able to drive to the basket, he was pretty damn good.
No.
Oh my.
No.
Ben Simmons reunion. Don't even tell me that's a thing.
It is. So today.
No.
It was reported.
No.
It was reported that Ben Simmons is considering an NBA comeback. He did an interview with Men's Health magazine and here's his exact quotes. I plan on getting as strong as I can physically, getting my ASS. Okay, okay. Yeah,
you lost me at getting myself as strong as possible physically.
No. Stay there for a second, because when you come back on the screen, I can't wait to see your face. I plan on getting my ass on the court, and then when teams realize my abilities will be needed, maybe these are his words, maybe I'll go back to Philly. Miami would be a nice option.
That's it. I'm leaving the show.
So the two names that Ben Simmons has brought up during his comeback attempt are the Sixers and the Miami. Put us back on the screen.
What the heck? Doing? Oh, wait, what? Oh, I misclicked. Hold on. Whoa.
Why did I get knocked off the show?
I don't know how I did that. I definitely didn't click that, but okay.
So, yes, the two names that you have heard are the Philadelphia 76ers as a reunion and the Miami Heat.
I think it'd be a great idea for him to come back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I think you should totally do that.
You guys need playmaking.
No. Yeah, I'll take Mike Conley. I'll take my chances.
Take Russell Westbrook.
I'll take Russell Westbrook over Ben Simmons. Yes, I will.
The city of Philadelphia will combust into flames if the Sixers even had a conversation with Ben Simmons. But just so I can answer this for all my Sixer fans out there, I'm going to go back to one of my favorite shows as a kid, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And in the words of Will Smith, hell no.
Nice. Your mic kind of cut out and bleeped you. That was perfect.
Yeah. But hell no. I don't want Ben Simmons back on the Sixers.
So anyways, I'm sorry we got down the Ben Simmons route here. But back to my point that I was going to make is that the Miami Heat don't draft well. So if you're telling me they had to trade away their first round pick this year, they weren't going to get a superstar. And they traded away 2032 and 2033. I had to think about that for a second. It's insane to think how far out the NBA does these first round trades. It is what it is.
NFL fans are upset when their team trades a draft pick that's 2 years down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and you gave up a bunch of very solid players to open a championship window. And people can laugh and say that, oh, it's not a championship window. Well, guess what? When you trade for Giannis, that's what you're expecting. You're expecting to go on to win championships. Now, what do they do with the rest of their roster? That's another key part of this. Like we said, Andrew Wiggins is locked up long-term. You have Bam. You have Davion Mitchell. But you don't have a lot of shooting. You don't have a lot of playmaking. Where do they go from here with the rest of their roster?
In my opinion, it's got to be a Duncan Robinson reunion. I was probably one of the biggest haters of Duncan Robinson because rightfully so, he can't play defense to save his life. But I mean, he Detroit did a great job this year of making him look valuable while he was on the floor defensively. They were able to mask his weaknesses. So who knows? Maybe he took the next part and the next step in his game over there in Detroit. Send him back down to South Beach, get a more polished shooter. And like I said, they're always going to find shooters, man. They'll always have somebody.
I mean, there's one thing you can find across the NBA in almost any aspect, it is shooting, because everybody has learned how to shoot now.
Exactly.
Dennis said, unbiased opinion, make a playmaker on the 2K27 and pretend it's real life.
Oh, my. I wish.
Dennis, I saw your other comment, too.
Thanks, Dennis.
Also, unbiased opinion, I'm glad that Dennis is not a scout for the Philadelphia Eagles, or we'd have the worst starting safety room in the NFL.
Oh, my gosh.
We'd probably have 3 dudes suspended. We'd have a dude suspended, another dude having like the worst PFF grade of all time.
Or they would just injure everyone else on their team.
Now, let's continue to look at some options for the Heat, because they do need veterans, and again, the money is limited. There have been some names. Duncan Robinson is one. Like we said, he's probably going to get waived in Detroit. What are some other names that you have seen?
I've seen Tim Hardaway Jr.
That would be so fitting.
I know that would kind of be full circle, right? I'd like to see, honestly, Mike Conley coming off the bench. I'm fine with that because right now they did bring back Drew Smith. They re-signed him. I don't want him to be my guard off the bench. It's fine if he gets minutes, but if he's my main guy off the bench, I'm not okay with that. Not at all. But a veteran like Mike Conley, yeah, sure. Even a veteran like Russell Westbrook, I'd be fine with that too. At this point, they need bodies to fill out the rest of the roster. They can't be too picky.
Yeah, no, you can't, because you traded all your depth for Giannis, and I mean, again, no issue with that, because you're going for your championship window, and you're pairing him with Bam.
Yeah.
And so you're going to lose some guys that you had to give up a lot. But yeah, I mean, I think Tim Hardaway is probably the one that, and Duncan Robinson are probably my first 2 targets, because
And Duncan Robinson, he's familiar with Miami.
Dennis, I think there's actually going to be a breaking news moment here that I actually may agree with you on something, because I don't want to deal with Joel Embiid anymore.
So let's see. I just pulled up Duncan Robinson's numbers from last year. Played in 77 games. He shot 41% from 3, 46% from the field, and he averaged 12 points per game. That's just Duncan Robinson. That's what he does. I mean, he could be a reliable guy that could hit like 4 threes for you in a game, and it might change the course of the game.
And again, it's the fear that he brings to a team out on the perimeter, and because you can't. I know Andrew Wiggins has been a better 3-point shooter over the years. Like when he got to Golden State, he turned better, and then
can't rely solely on him.
Yes,
because Wiggins last year, great year. He shot 41% as well from 3, 47.5 from the field in total, averaged 15 points. So he had a really good year.
I will say, Duncan Robinson and Andrew Wiggins are 2 completely different type of 3-point shooters. Wiggins gets spot-up 3-point attempts. He's money, but I'm not asking him to be running around the court, coming off screens, catch, turn, shoot.
Exactly.
Duncan Robinson is very good at that.
And that's why it would be a very good compliment to have them both on the floor at the same time.
Yeah. And then with Davion Mitchell, I'm not really sure what he shot last year from three, but
He shot, I'm pulling up, he's not too bad. He shot 39.5 from three. He shot 49 from the field. He averaged 9 points per game. So he wasn't up there in the hierarchy of a scoring option. You know, it was obviously Hero, it was Norman Powell, Wiggins, Bam. Like Davion Mitchell was kind of the odd man out, but he might be forced into a bigger role and have to shoot the ball more. And he's proven that he can shoot it at a high clip. Last year, when they got him, when he played in Toronto to start the season, and then Miami traded for him, he shot 4.7 from three that season, and then he shot 50% from the field. So he is efficient. So with more attempts, he could be, you know, a more prominent scorer on the team.
exactly. And again, that's you. I mean, you're basically you have four of your starting five set. You with Giannis, Bam, Wiggins, and Mitchell. Now you're just
Yeah,
waiting to see, can you add a wing who could shoot a little more consistent if you don't re-sign Norman Powell, because
I
it
think
doesn't
it's going to
sound
be
like a
Duncan.
Miami reunion is possible.
Yeah, no, it's not. I think it's going to be Duncan coming back.
Yeah, and I mean, because look, again, like I said about Norman Powell earlier, if I was a bench player for most of my career, and then the past couple of years I had a good chance to start, and I started proving
Mm-hmm.
how good of a player I can be when I'm given the minutes, I want to cash in on a payday too when I just hit my into my 30s. I want to
Yeah, right.
cash in too.
Mm-hmm.
And Norman Powell's going to have a strong market. I'm sure there's plenty of teams that would want him. So it's going to be very interesting to see where he lands. I still think personally Detroit is a very good option. And I was saying that all last week, and over the past couple of weeks to you off the show, I've been saying I think Detroit's a good possibility for him.
Yeah, sure.
But Miami does have a lot of roster construction to do because, again, you don't have a lot of your depth because you traded most of it away. But again,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I say about teams. If you want to play the game, you got to pay the price. And this is how
Yep.
it is. And this is why the Philadelphia Flyers won't win a Stanley Cup till I'm way past the Shootiverse, because if you could. So here's the thing, right? I am going to go on a little mini rant real quick. I think Danny Briere may be the worst GM in Flyers history. You could offer this guy. Now, I know you're not a hockey guy, but you know the name Wayne Gretzky.
Yes.
You could have said to Danny, I will give you prime Wayne Gretzky for a fifth round draft pick. And Danny would say, that's not really the value we're looking for. That's Danny Briere. The
Wow.
Flyers finally come off a semi-successful year. Instead of building off of it, they're standing there with their thumbs in their ears. But that's Danny Briere. He could sell you a tank off a used car lot. But I'll be told because he lucked into two first round players that are really good. Yes, lucked into. He's a good GM. Okay. Being a good GM is not making the common sense first round pick. Being a good GM is knowing what pieces to add to your team and what draft picks to handle on late.
Yeah.
A la Howie Roseman. But that's Sam's hockey rant for the week and the month, and probably the rest of the year, because I'll probably be out on the Flyers by November again.
That sounds like you.
Because it's the same bill of goods we're sold every offseason. Well, we're not just going to make a move to make a move. No, Danny, I'd like to make a move to improve my hockey team so I don't have to watch Travis Sanheim as being my number one defenseman. You know what Travis Sanheim being a team's number one defenseman is? Basically, Duncan Robinson being the third best player on an NBA Finals team. That's basically what it is.
Oh no.
But enough hockey talk. I don't know what we're doing here. So let's go. Let's go to the other side of this trade. Let's go to the Milwaukee side. You get four really solid young players. You get a ton of draft capital. And now the report was that Boston's deal, we thought it was Jaylen Brown, Gonzalez, and a couple firsts. It turns out there was only one player involved in their offer, and it was Jaylen Brown, and it was him and two first round picks, and that was it. So how do you feel? I know you're going to say, as a Heat fan, I know it's kind of hard to ask this, but like, I feel like the Bucks got the better of the deal that they would have from Boston. I feel like
No,
Milwaukee
I agree.
came away with a good deal.
I think this was a really good deal for Milwaukee. They basically had to say, do we want to win now or do we want to rebuild for the future? Because if they took the trade with Boston, you're bringing in Brown, who also, I don't know if I still have it or not. I think I saved a screenshot. One moment, please. I do
He's
have it.
screenshotting.
So Jimmy Haslam was a driving force in taking the Heat deal over Boston's offer. He didn't want to risk Jaylen Brown wanting out of Milwaukee in a year after dealing with Giannis and Miles Garrett trade demands. So Haslam stepped in and said, we're not playing the trade for 1 year and then they're gone. He'd rather retool for the future and acquire a bunch of assets. And aside from all the picks that the Bucks got, they have a pretty solidly filled out roster. Now, I can't sit here and tell you how many games they'll win in the East this year and where they'll finish, but currently constructed, their starting five looks like Ryan Rollins, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Kyle Kuzma, and Miles Turner. I'd say that's probably like the hovering around the ninth or 10th seed, maybe.
Well, let's hold on a second, because the reports were before the trade went down that they were trying to attach either Kuzma or Portis to Giannis, which they did with Portis.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Kuzma's getting dealt next, and if I'm Miles
Mm,
Turner, why on earth would I stay there now? I would be sitting there
yeah.
like, if I was Miles Turner, I would be like, I just signed $100 million to come here, and now I'm rebuilding. I should have stayed in Indiana.
Miles Turner, he was impatient. All he had to do was just wait a year for Halliburton to get healthy, and they could have been back in the finals.
I think if he stayed last year, even without Halliburton, they could have been a little bit better than what they were.
They probably would have.
But he didn't. He wanted to get his payday, which, I
Miles
mean, look, you
Turner
can't
to the
blame the guy.
Lakers.
I think Jalen Duren makes a lot more sense for the Lakers.
Mm,
You need a guy that can run rim to rim with Luka to execute a proper
that is
pick and roll.
true. Yeah.
But and what did I text you on Tuesday morning when that trade went through? I understand that we like to say, and fighting Philly, we're going to get to your question in 1 second. When you look at a team that's in a full rebuild, sometimes you need to take. I know we like to say quality over quantity. Well, in this situation, you need a quantity over quality.
Yes.
Yes, Jaylen Brown is one of the. I will be very generous because I know if I say the wrong number, I'm going to have my head bitten off. Jaylen Brown right now is one of the 12 best basketball players in the NBA. If you disagree with that, you're not watching the sport of basketball.
Yeah.
The guy had the Celtics as the 2 seed, while the quote unquote Batman was out hurt. So Jaylen Brown is one of the 12 best players in the NBA currently. And like you said, they were afraid of him wanting out in a year. But if you trade Giannis because that roster wasn't good enough, Tyler, be real. Who's a better, when healthy, who's better, Giannis or Jaylen Brown?
When healthy, Giannis.
When healthy. So if Giannis wasn't happy with that roster,
Oh, yeah.
what in the world is Jaylen Brown going to do with that roster?
I would have given Jaylen Brown until year 2 before he wanted out.
Year 2, I would have gave him game 2
Because
of
he
next
would have
season.
sat there and realized, oh man, I have to be the guy all the time now.
Anthony, good question. We'll get to that one as well. We have a couple really good questions to answer here. But
Yeah.
now if you look at what the Bucks did, again, you get 3 first-round picks, you get a pick swap, you get a second rounder. But now, and you brought up Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins is a very good player. He had a very good year last year for Milwaukee, and he's only 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have Tyler Hero, who there is still a very good possibility that Hero is going to get rerouted to another team.
Yeah, I've heard the rumors.
There's a lot of rumors that Hero will not be in Milwaukee, which is fine. Look,
because they're in rebuild mode. Tyler Hero can help a team win now. I mean, he averages 20 a game.
Yeah, and if I can get Tyler Hero and a team says, "Hey, we'll offer you a future first in like 2 seconds," that's a good return.
That is a good return.
So and again, another team that you've heard heavily linked to Hero, Detroit, again, because Detroit is looking for another guy that can come and put the ball in the basket opposite of Cade.
Mm-hmm.
I think Detroit is going to be heavy in play for Tyler Hero. I think if this whole Jalen Duren thing that has been reported by Chris Haynes today goes through and Sacramento's interested, I could see a guy like Zach LaVine going over there. They need another guy that can consistently put the ball in the basket. And honestly, if that thing with Sacramento were to happen, I hope LaVine goes there because I think LaVine deserves to be on a contender.
Yes, I agree.
I love Zach LaVine. I always have. But no, but again, if you go back to Aaron Nola has made this a 5-3 game, I'm about to have a stroke.
Oh
I can't. I just can't. But anyway, if you look at what they got back, they got a bunch of good young players now. Jaime Jaquez was not only really good in Miami, he was in the running for 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Khalil Ware has looked pretty damn good in his first 2 years in the league.
He's he's only been held back by being in the shadow of Bam Adebayo and how elite of a player he is. Honestly, you can look at a few things here. They can flip Tyler Hero, get more draft capital. They could flip Miles Turner and get more draft capital. They could start Kello Ware at center next year, start Ryan Rollins, Jaime Jaquez, and then, fill out your guard and power forward position through maybe those get attached through the trades with Hero and Miles Turner. They already know they're not winning anything right now. That's still a solid enough starting five to work with and build around until you start getting your superstar pieces in there.
So I'm going to comment on that one too. There's a lot of good questions and statements to get to real quick. So let's dive back. Let's dive into them. First off, so Fighting Philly asked earlier, where does this leave Brown now? Not in Boston. Because if I'm Jaylen Brown, why would I go back to Boston now?
I don't know. Maybe try to chase another championship for another year?
But it doesn't sound like Boston wants to run that back. It sounds like they want to get other players in other positions other than Jaylen Brown. They've chosen Jason Tatum over him, and look, it is what it is, but I don't know about. I would keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum together. They've won in this league together. It's not, and I know this past year was rough. Well, yeah, they got rid of their whole team. They got rid of Al Horford. They got rid of Kristaps Porzingis. They got rid of Drew Holiday. But I, for one, just don't. I don't know how he goes back now. Because you're clearly dangling me to other teams, so why would I stay? I'm not going to stay.
Yeah, I think he gets moved eventually.
And with the way all these star players are getting moved this week, it wouldn't be surprised if it happens between now and tomorrow. All right, Anthony, random question. Would you lose respect for LeBron if he goes to the Warriors?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to retract that back. I'm going to say no, because this is not the same constructed Warriors team that Kevin Durant went to. Because I know that's where the question's coming from. Because Kevin Durant walked on to a super team that defeated him, and he joined them, and they won. We're looking at if LeBron James goes to the Warriors, your possibly youngest player in the starting five might be Steph Curry. And I don't even know how old he is now. I think he's probably like late 30s. He's definitely getting up there.
Yeah, let's just. The roster. I got this. So Steph is currently Bro, Steph is 38.
Oh my lord. 38.
Wait, he's that. Whoa. Did I miss something?
What?
How is he that old?
I know, dude. We're old.
Draymond is
I was gonna say I
Draymond is
retracted back.
36.
That kid Brandon Podzemski, he's
Yes.
actually pretty good, and he is 23. So they got one 20-year-old on there.
All right, so Steph is 38, Draymond is 36. So what the rumor
How old is
is
Kristaps? Kristaps is 30.
AD is 33, and there's reports of him being involved in this as well.
Oh my.
And LeBron, of course, is 41.
Yikes.
But now here's the funny thing. The Warriors, the rumor was they were going to offer LeBron their entire I think it was their taxpayer mid-level exception. But guess what? They dipped into it by re-signing Porzingis.
Wow.
So now it doesn't look very likely that that's going to happen. Unless LeBron takes a very, very nice discount.
But at that point, though, if I'm LeBron, why would I want to do that when he could just take a discount, go to Cleveland?
Everything. Honestly, if LeBron's going to here's the thing. If LeBron is solely hell-bent on ring chasing one more time, why would you go to Golden State?
They're not constructed well right now at all.
They're not good.
Yeah, I'm going to do one better. They don't have anything. They got Steph Curry, that young kid Podzemski, yeah, and that's it. Draymond is Draymond. Porzingis is Porzingis, and Al Horford, I don't know how he's still doing it. Al Horford feels like Jason Peters, where he's just getting a new contract with a team every year.
Wait, speaking of the devil, how old is Al Horford now?
He's 40.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so
I remember his early days in Atlanta when all he was a mid-range jump shooter.
Like, this team is old. So honestly, I wouldn't lose any respect. It would honestly be a challenge for LeBron to compete in the Western Conference. And that's another thing too, right? You look at it, what's the easier path for LeBron to get back to a championship? To the finals.
Exactly.
Go to the East again. You dominated the East for years. Just do it. Just go back. There's so many good teams in the West right now that you are not a part of. Why would you even want to try?
Because if you let's be real. If the Warriors pull this off and construct this team, first of all, you know LeBron's going to load manage. Anthony, look, if you put those three big men on the same team between AD, Porzingis, and Al Horford, you know the most. Well, Anthony, the report is if they want Anthony Davis, they are going to dump Jimmy Butler to Washington to make the money work, and then Butler is going to get dumped and bought out. That's the rumor. They're going to trade draft capital and Jimmy Butler to Washington for AD, and then Butler's going to get released. That's what's going to happen, because that's the only way they can make the money work. But seriously, back to what I was saying. You literally could have three starting big men, and Al Horford would be the most healthy out of the three. And he's the oldest out of the three.
And the oldest, yeah.
So, no, if I, for one, be real. So let's put that team together in our heads. You have 36-year-old Draymond, 38-year-old Steph, 41-year-old LeBron, 33-year-old AD. Good Lord. You remember Night at the Museum?
I see where you go.
It was there's like the three security guards.
Oh my gosh.
And Night at the Museum we're putting together here. Is that team with those as old as they are? And I know LeBron is great. I know Steph is great. I know. But they're both they're combined for 106 years old.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
Are they better than San Antonio?
No.
Are they better than Oklahoma City?
No.
Are they better than Denver?
No.
Are they better than Minnesota?
Honestly, probably not. With what Minnesota
the hell are we doing?
did? No.
So what are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying. That is not. If LeBron wants the ring, you go to the Eastern Conference. And if you're talking about taking pay cuts with the Warriors, you go to the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
The only thing we got to look at here, the Warriors got to watch out if they bring in LeBron. Bronny's coming in his backpack. And LeBron might try to say, "Hey, Steph, can Bronny start next to you?"
Well, Bronny's probably the second youngest player on the team.
Oh my!
Him and Polzinski are like,
He would
you hang
take
out with.
Podziemski's starting spot, and he would be coming off the bench.
Oh dear God! No, they
Oh,
probably They probably send Polzinski to LA in the trade for him. Real quickly, let's catch up on the rest of the comments. Yes, Anthony, the Bucks essentially have gotten rid of their entire team that won the
yeah.
title.
That's
Now,
why
Zol,
it's full rebuild mode.
I saw this earlier. So the reports of what I have seen have been Sacramento, and now there's a rumor going around that the Lakers may get involved in this. Now, I don't really know what the Lakers would offer the Pistons in a sign and trade unless they're trading you guys Reeves, which I highly doubt they would do that.
Oh, they're not moving on from him.
Exactly. They
Nope.
just gave him a big contract.
Yep.
But so the reasons I said if I was Detroit and I did start this trade talk with Sacramento, I don't think Sabonis is a fit with Cade because Sabonis is not a floor spacer. He can shoot from three, but I'm not telling him to sit in the corner and spot up the whole game and hit 5 to 6 to 7 threes a game as a power forward.
Yeah.
Sabonis is most effective with the ball in his hand, and I don't want to take the ball out of Cade's hands unless I'm giving it to a proven perimeter scoring threat who can score from all three levels of the court, which Zach LaVine can do. I think Zach LaVine, personally, is a better fit than Sabonis. If I were the Pistons, by the end of this week, Zach LaVine would be my starting two, and Mitchell Robinson would be my starting center. If I were the Pistons, that's just my opinion. I think that team threatens the Knicks. I think that team can threaten the Knicks in the Eastern Conference.
Hmm.
I don't know how you feel about that. Zol, I don't know how you feel about that, but I think that team can threaten the Knicks.
Oh, did you see the latest rumor of Duran? He's had calls with the Lakers. He's expected to pursue
Yep.
some sign and trade scenarios with them on Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yes. He is supposed to be taught. He is supposed to meet with them and Sacramento tomorrow. So Sacramento was more of the reported one from Chris Haynes. The Lakers one is just a rumor being swirled around. I don't know. But again, what are the Lakers offering?
Yeah.
Offer DeAndre Ayton? Good Lord, I hang the phone up. Because he opted back into his player option. So
Oh,
again,
yikes.
I'll hang the phone up. If I was the Pistons, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Because Anthony, it's called a salary dump, and that's how they want to make the money work, and that's why teams get draft capital. Like the Wizards would say, okay, we'll give you AD, give us Jimmy, and give us a
Yeah.
first. We'll take Jimmy's contract, and then Jimmy's not going to play in Washington, so he's like, all right, buy me out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah, like don't get me wrong. If the Lakers offer you Austin Reeves, I would take that deal too. I think Reeves is a good player. I would take it as well. I just don't know. I just don't know if the Lakers are going to offer Reeves after just giving him that contract, especially knowing they need another scoring option opposite of Luka.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if I think that would happen. And then it's all said, and the Kings can supply LA a year's supply of. Oh dear God. I know, and Duran would be a perfect big guy with Luca. That's the type of big guy that Luca had, with Gafford and likely in Dallas.
Yeah.
Those are the type of big guys that he likes to play with. So
Yeah.
I could definitely see that as a scenario. But it's going to be very interesting to see this. I mean, the fact that it got to this point.
Yeah, I'm with you, Anthony. I don't think Reeves is going anywhere.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't. That's what I'm saying. if the Lakers want Duren, they're going to have to give up Reeves, and I don't think they're going to do it. That's why Sacramento, I said, look, you can keep Sabonis, because I don't think Sabonis is a good fit next to Cade. I think LaVine is a better fit next to Cade. He's a scorer. He can shoot from the perimeter. He can isolate when he has to. I think he's a better fit.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, you sign Mitchell Robinson, there's your lob threat. Like, you honestly improve in more areas than just getting a scorer in Reeves. And again, that's what I would do. I would trade Duren and get whatever you can along with LaVine. If they want to give you something else, cool. If not, okay. I'll do straight up. I mean, it's Jalen Duren here. We're not trading prime. I'm not talking about prime Shaq for God's sakes. Come on now. But if Sacramento offers you Zach LaVine, take it. Sign Mitchell Robinson. Robinson provides you a paint presence, a lob threat, a guy who can protect the paint. You still have Thompson. You have Isaiah Joe. Now you got to figure out another wing because you'll have LaVine, Thompson, Robinson, and Cade. You still need to figure out another front court because Tobias Harris is also a free agent. I don't know if bringing him back is an option, but I mean, if I was the Pistons personally, I could tell you what my option would be. Then bring back Tobias Harris because I've been through that train before in my lifetime. But I think the Pistons with just right there with Gay LaVine, Thompson, and that's the thing. Thompson is a great defender. He is not great offensively. So adding enough offense to that starting five is much needed.
Yeah.
So, you get a guy in here like LaVine who could fill it up, give you 20 to 24 points a night. You have Cade. Mitchell Robinson isn't offensively close to what Duren was, but he's still a lob threat, still a paint protector. You got to go add some more shooters, because again, it doesn't look like Duncan Robinson's coming back, but they did re-sign Herter. They did bring in Isaiah Joe, like I said earlier. So I think that Pistons team could compete if you did those two moves. If you trade Duren for LaVine and sign Robinson, I think that team is top 2 in the East next year, just like this year. I think they're right up there with the Knicks and the Celtics. Anthony said, I think Portland trading for Ja is a cloud move to get fans. Here's the thing, Anthony. They were already a playoff team last year, so why trade for Ja? I
think they want to try to build around him.
Build around who?
Build around Ja. Possibly. I mean, him and Scoot.
Danny Avida, who is just a proven scorer at this point.
Yeah, I mean, so what's the problem with the Ja move?
Because I mean, Ja just is what he is at this point. I mean, he's still only 26.
Well, who says Ja is what he is at this point? I mean, yeah, he had a lot of issues with Memphis. Maybe a change of scenery is what he needed.
Issues.
Yes, issues.
His issues are way past the basketball court. I hope you're aware of this.
Yeah, well, they're not enough to get him locked up yet, so we won't go down that path with other players. But all hope is not lost with Ja Morant. Okay, he's had some maturity issues. He still had. I'm not. We're not putting that comment.
I'm not putting that comment up, Anthony. Damn it.
Oh man.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
But he averaged almost 20 last year, 8 assists. I mean, you could easily take that. I don't know. Is Drew Holiday still going to stay under contract with them?
Well, that's the thing, because not only that's the thing I was saying. You literally have Drew Holiday
and what's his name? Dame is coming back. Yeah, I forgot. Dame's coming back, huh?
So
I think Drew Holiday's got to get moved.
Yeah, because they're definitely not trading Dame.
Yeah, they're not trading Dame. So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think Scoot, he's probably going to get moved to the 6th man off the bench, which honestly, that's not a terrible thing. I mean, he could find himself in 6th man of the year contention toward the end of the season. I mean, he hasn't even been a full-time starter yet in his 3-year career.
Well,
He's
last
still a
year he was
younger
really he
player.
had that hamstring issue,
Yeah,
so
he only played 30 games last year. So actually, I think it makes a lot of sense here. You can look at possible starting lineup of John Morant, Dame, I
there's no
guess
defense being played in that backcourt.
Tumani Kamara, Denny Avdija, and
Kamara,
then
Avida,
I would
and then you got
honestly. I know they have Donovan Clingan. He was pretty solid for them. I mean, almost 12 and 12 for points and rebounds. It's
and
a
almost two
solid
blocks a
center.
game.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'd keep him starting. And then
Well,
Robert Williams
here
off the bench isn't terrible.
I think Williams is about to be a free agent.
Oh, okay. I like it though. If Ja can mature, he's still a young player. We've seen what he's capable of. He can be an elite playmaker and scorer. And to pair
Anthony,
that, if they can keep Scoot Henderson off coming off the bench, 6 man, get him solid minutes. Dame comes back. If Dame comes back at even 75% of what he was in his prime, that's still a huge player for them.
Dame, Ja, and Drew Holiday all play the same damn position, but the NBA is such a positionless league now that you could
Yeah,
just start Dame at the quote unquote shooting guard because he can
exactly.
shoot.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing. Let's be real here. I know you're trying to talk about building around Ja. Can we be real about one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant is a terrible shooter.
Oh, yeah, he's not always
Like
consistent. Perimeter threat wise, no, he's not a
There's
perimeter
nothing
threat
about
at all.
consistent. He is awful. He is not. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Tell.
I know.
Don't tell
I
me
see the
inconsistent.
numbers. I know.
But let's look at something here. Hear me out. Follow me for a second. Scoot Henderson last year, yes, he only played 30 games. He had a hamstring injury most of the first half of the year. Came back. He shot 35% from three last year.
Mm.
We know what Dame can do from three when he's healthy. Don't forget, they also have Shaden Sharp coming off their bench, who averaged 20 points per game last year, and he shot 33% from three.
So here's the thing, right?
Hold on. Danny Avdija shot 31% from three, and he averaged 24 points per game last year.
Mm-hmm. So
Kamara.
what's the one thing that they need then on the floor? Someone to facilitate the ball.
Yeah, because look, Kamara, again, he shot 37% last year from three. And Donovan Clingan, he averaged 12 and 12 and almost two blocks a game.
Yeah.
He shot 34% from three last year. So honestly, the one big weakness that you have from John Morant is a strength from every. And oh my God, hold on, I got to make sure I read this right. Even Matisse Thybulle shot 39% from three last year. Holy crap.
Wow. So yeah, here's the thing. John Morant needs to be a starter because he facilitates the ball. He had 8 assists last year per game on a team that I'm looking at where the guy with the highest assist average was Danny Avdija. So obviously, Ja's got to slot into that starting lineup. They're not going to rely on him to shoot the ball. He's still going to be that attack the basket,
Yeah.
facilitate the ball, kick it out, draw defenders in, and he's still going to be a playmaker. And he's still probably going to average 20 points a game.
And you know why? Because that whole painted areas will be wide open for him because
Yep.
they have all those shooters.
Exactly.
This and not to mention, all you really gave up was Jeremy Grant. Who I mean, look, Jeremy's a fine player, but I would you gave up no draft capital. This is
Yeah.
actually, you know, leading up to tonight's show, I was really leaning to the fact like I didn't really know how I felt about this. This is actually a very good deal for Portland.
That's what I said.
You didn't give up you never gave up any draft capital, which is crazy.
They got better without having to give up anything, really.
Which also, by the way, Jeremy Grant and Isaiah Stewart, because of course they got Stewart from the Pistons.
Yeah.
Those are two of the most Memphis Grizzly type players I could think of.
Honestly.
But no, I honestly, if you pair Ja I know Dame is not really a shooting guard, but
yeah, I
you
mean, I
know,
see. Hey, at this point in Dame's career, he's getting up there in age, coming off of that injury. Was it an Achilles injury?
yeah,
Torn Achilles. Maybe it's better to have him as an off-ball spot-up shooter and not have the ball in his hands bringing up the floor all the time. Let Ja take that on.
yeah.
Let Dame get open and spot up, and you got a ton of other shooters around him too. I honestly
And
really
again,
like that starting five.
I think that team actually, and it's a bunch of young players still too. Like it's not,
Yeah.
they're all young players. Like
And then, like you said, you'll have Shaden Sharp coming off the bench, averaged 20 last year. You'll have Scoot Henderson now coming off the bench, averaged 14, and he's only going into his fourth year. He's still young. And then Matisse Thybulle too,
I think
another
it's just a free.
valuable,
I
another
think it's
valuable
maybe a
wing,
free agent tomorrow.
maybe. But if he is,
You gotta,
honestly, losing him doesn't make a difference. They
no,
have
it
so
doesn't.
much depth on that team now.
Anthony, here's the thing. I understand John Morant is not a perfect player. Desmond Bain got 4 first-round picks. Same team, and they gave a the Magic gave him 4 firsts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As troubled as John Morant and as inconsistent of an offensive player he is, the
They
fact that
didn't,
you gave this up without
yeah,
draft capital for
they
a guy
didn't,
who's still he's only 26, guys. He's
yeah,
not 30. He's 26.
exactly. Like, he's still got a lot of his prime ahead of him.
Whether that's on a basketball court or not will have to be determined.
Oh, stop it.
What's up, Clint? I mean, Clint, look, it may be a first round exit. It could be. The West is loaded, but I think Portland could. I mean, Portland was a 7 seed this year with barely anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
all
could
we
I could see Portland being hovering around a fifth seed.
yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, I think it's all off court stuff with Ja. As long as he's locked in and he's not being an
Mm-hmm.
idiot, they're good.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you right now, Portland. I'm going to run through this right now. Who do you think is better right now? I'm going to disqualify the Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, and Timberwolves. I think I think those are your top 4 seeds in the West next year.
Mm-hmm.
Who's better right now, Portland or the Lakers?
Overall roster construction, I'd go
I'm
with
taking
Portland.
I'm not. Yeah, the Lakers roster stinks. All right, who's better? Right. All right, who's better, Portland or Houston?
I'd say Portland. I mean, Houston
I
didn't
think
show me much.
Houston's biggest issue this past year was they didn't have a point guard because Fred VanVleet got hurt. So they really didn't have anyone to facilitate and run the offense with Kevin Durant and Şengün. They basically did all the offensive facilitating, and they're really not. They're not point guards. But VanVleet
Mm.
being healthy, I may lean slightly to Houston, depending. But Portland's not far behind. All right, Portland or the Suns. Now remember, Miles Bridges is now in Phoenix.
Mm. Mm.
No, Clint. He
That
had
one's
the
tossed.
one big Clint. The one big issue in his game is his shooting. But again, when you in Portland, they got a bunch of shooters. So if the guy at this point is just going to be who he is, and that's going to be a guy who likes to attack the basket, Portland's a pretty damn good spot for him because they got a lot of shooting.
I'd still take Portland over Phoenix.
Okay. And Clint, I agree. I think working with someone like Dame, I think that could help him a lot. Anthony, I disagree. The Lakers have the better player in Luka. That
Yeah.
roster is awful.
They need more than one
That
guy.
what on the Lakers roster tells you that they are going to have any type of a successful year next year? They are off. That roster is terrible. And Anthony, you're right. They are young, but it's still like they were young this year with Kevin Durant. They still didn't do much. So we'll have to. I think I'm still wait. I'm still in wait and see mode on the Houston Rockets because I thought they were going to be a lot better last year than what they were. Clint, Clint, you know my opinions on James Harden. if I were the Cavs, I'd move on. I wouldn't even want to re-sign him. No, Anthony, I didn't say that. I said that the Lakers have the better player out of the two teams, but their roster outside of that player stinks.
Yeah, I mean, both currently constructed rosters. I mean, the Lakers can make moves to change this, but currently constructed, the Lakers are not beating the Trailblazers in a 7-game series.
Unless Luka has an almighty type of series.
Luka's got to drop like 50 a game.
And grab 10 boards and dish out 10 assists and play some defense, which he doesn't do.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So I know we're talking about Ja's imperfections. Let's talk about Mr. doesn't play defense and doesn't stay in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Clint. Like I said, if I were the Cavs, I would rather just let Harden leave and go bring LeBron back. If I'm looking for that older player to be my third option, why not? Why not pick LeBron over Harden? If I were the Cavs, I would be doing everything I could right now to see if I can get LeBron back in.
Unless if they've reached out already and LeBron just isn't paying any mind to him.
Now, Anthony says the Suns, when we were talking about teams better than Portland or who's do we think, Devin Booker is the better player, yes. Phoenix, I think, maybe slightly better now because of getting Miles Bridges. Because I think between Avida and Bridges, I think Avida's a better player. But then you're looking between Ja and Booker, and I'm taking Devin Booker. Come on.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has had a very good offseason, too. I mean, they had to trade Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen and some draft picks to get Miles Bridges, but they wanted to get another guy who's a proven scorer. They already have a bunch of other shooters like Colin Gillespie. Dylan Brooks had a really good year for Phoenix last year. And Mark Williams, who, if you don't remember, was the guy the Lakers tried to get, and then they nulled the trade because of his physical. He just signed a new 3-year deal with Phoenix. He averaged 11 and 8 and almost 2 blocks a game last year for Phoenix. So Phoenix is, I think Miles Bridges is going to help them, but can we get to this Charlotte thing now?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Can we get to this Charlotte thing? Because I don't know. How do you feel about the LaMelo Ball trade? I don't know how to feel.
Well,
hold on. Anthony, he's 41 years old. I think he even realizes that he is no longer the best player on a championship team. He's a great player. He's still one of the greatest players we've ever seen step on a basketball court. But do you expect LeBron to have those big 45, 12, and 8 nights anymore?
No.
He's 41, guys. Let's be real. I'm not saying he's going to Father Time's going to have him averaging 5 points next year, but he knows that to go. So he wants to go to Golden State. If the Golden State thing is true, there's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He is trying to figure out the best way he could try to win at least one more championship. And personally, I think it's in Cleveland because the East is not very strong, and he's going to a team with Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley and Max Strus and all those shooters. He gets to go home one more time for the 12th time and go try to win a championship. Because if you put LeBron on the Cavs, I think currently right now they're better than Detroit. I think there would currently be the betting favorites over Boston, depending on what happens with Jaylen Brown. And I think we would have a Cavs-Knicks Eastern Conference Finals next year that would not result in a sweep. Yeah, you know what, Clint? I'd be okay with 2 of those 3. I'd give up Allen and I'd give up Dean Wade.
They're not giving up
Dean Wade. Dean Wade's doesn't look like he's going back.
I heard that they were looking to move on from Strus to make way for a Dean Wade contract.
I would think that'd be the most idiotic thing they could do.
Well, we'll have to see.
Well, I mean, Anthony, if he goes to Cleveland, he would probably be closer to the number 2 option than number 3. Mobley would be the number 3. And I mean, are we talking about him being the 3rd option this year with the Lakers? I mean, really, was he ever the number 3 option?
LeBron still ran the team.
Yeah, but people
Enough
try to tell me
talk
they
about
did.
LeBron.
Yeah, Dean Wade's out of their price range. I'll tell you, who's been linked to D Wayne a lot has been the Sixers because of the Mike Gansey connection.
Mm.
We have been linked to him and another name that I'm really intrigued by, John Collins. I would take John Collins in Philly in a heartbeat because I need a power forward, and I am so sick of watching Kelly Oubre. All I keep hearing is the Sixers trying to find a way to keep Grimes and Oubre. Yes, because running it back is the definition.
Yeah,
Do you
Embiid
know?
will be healthy next year.
Do you know how idiotic it would be if you're the new president of basketball operations and you say this currently is not a championship roster, but you will do everything in your power to sign back the 2 role players you had last year? Do you know how idiotic you would sound? Anthony, Philly they are screwed until Embiid and George's contracts are up. I'm just trying to look forward to the future. And I got Maxey still. I still got Edgecombe. I got the kid who they just took out of Alabama last week. I'm cool with my guards. I need to get I need some wings. I need a power forward. And John Collins helps a lot of both of those.
Well, we were on the Hornets.
They need to field a team that can play with or without Embiid in the lineup. But again, do you know how much of a disservice you're doing to your own freaking organization by catering to a guy like that so much? Like, oh, well, yeah, we'll figure it out until you come back. And then he comes back and he's not in shape again. I can't wait to hear those training camp reports again. He's out of shape again. Like, does Joel go on a binge to where he just like eats McDonald's like for 6 months? Every year, he's out of shape. What is out of shape? How do you get out of shape in 2 months? I've never understood that. Every year, he's out of shape. How? What is he doing? But let's go back here. LaMelo Ball.
What was the trade package?
One moment. This was a hefty trade. All right, hold on. A lot of Twitter bookmarks this week. Okay, you gotta bear with me, people. Okay, all right, here we go. So LaMelo Ball and Josh Green go to Minnesota, and Charlotte gets Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 first-round pick swaps in 2028, 2029, and 2030, and they get 3 second-round picks, 2029, 2032, 2033. Who would like to start off here?
Which side are we starting on? For Charlotte?
Let me ask Anthony, who is a good trade for?
I could argue that it's a good trade for both teams.
I don't understand. I don't understand it for Charlotte. You were 44 and 38 last year. You finally had some success, and now you trade them?
The success for Charlotte. Here's the thing. Charlotte doesn't want to be stuck in a successful season is just almost making the playoffs. Because I believe they got knocked out by the Sixers in the play-in, did they not?
No, we played the Magic.
Who'd they get knocked out by?
Don't ask me.
Because all I remember is they beat the Heat because LaMelo took Bam out the game. And then they went on to lose the next game. So I forget who they play there, but they don't want to just have a decent season where they barely make the playoffs or don't make it. They're looking even further than that. And honestly, LaMelo, I love LaMelo's fit on the T Wolves. I don't know what were they ever putting together with Melo on the Hornets. If they weren't able to put it together by now, when was it going to be? I mean, you had Con Canupo in his rookie year, averaging 18 and a half. Granted, his postseason shooting, he kind of had a little bit of a downturn. But I mean, they got Brandon Miller, averaged 20 points a game last year. Kobe White, he averaged 17.
Who they just re-signed to a 3-year deal worth about
Yeah.
$74 million because he's
So
going to be the starting point guard
yeah,
now.
that tells you where the priorities were. I think they view Canuple as possibly that star player for them now more than LaMelo. Because
Brandon
LaMelo,
Miller too.
he does have the numbers. LaMelo's not always efficient and reliable.
Oh no, hold on. So he's never efficient. First of all,
Yeah,
he's also never healthy. He's only played 70 games twice.
yeah. So
And
I
also,
like.
if you go back and look, LaMelo only averaged a career low this year of 28 minutes per game. Let me also ask you something. And we'll get to Minnesota in a second. I get why the T-Wolves made this trade. Don't get me wrong.
Mm,
You know, you were highly irate about that playing game with Bam.
oh yeah.
By the way, they lost to the Magic in their
Oh, it
next
was the
game.
Magic. Okay, so
And
the
then the
Heat were going to
Magic
lose
went
to the
on.
Magic anyways. So I guess the Hornets just did him a favor.
Let's also be real. Off the court as well, and even with that situation with Bam, LaMelo is not the most mature of players in the league.
No.
And I don't want to bring up the situation publicly, but we are aware of the allegations that Miles Bridges was under a couple years ago, right?
Yep.
Are we sensing this was a culture change in Charlotte?
Yes.
And they picked who they wanted to build their franchise around, not being those two.
Yeah. And I think they picked right. And I mean, they acquired Nas Reed, right?
Yes, we
Another
know how
guy.
good he is.
Last year, he averaged 13 and a half.
He has been one of the best. The top two bench scorers in the league over the past like 4 years have been Nas Reed and Bobby Portis,
Yeah.
and they both got moved this offseason.
Yep. And they have a solid role player as well in Royce O'Neal.
Who now? Here's the thing, right? I like how we just cited about getting rid of the immaturity with LaMelo and the issue with Miles Bridges, but then they get Grayson Allen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
nobody again,
it is what it is.
But no, like Grayson, but regardless, Grayson Allen, good shooter. Royce O'Neal, good wing defender and a good shooter. Con Knipple,
Yeah.
good shooter. Brandon Miller can be a scorer. Nas
I
Reed can
like
score.
I like the kid they drafted this year too. Steinbach. He's a big man, can space the floor, provide even more shooting. So I mean, you might see that Hornets team. They might be leading the league in some 3-point categories.
Obi White only played 21 games last year in Charlotte because he was acquired at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
He averaged 15 points per game, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 46% from the field, and 39 from three. And that was more playing an off-ball role than a point guard
Hmm.
role. I mean, he's going to start now that LaMelo's gone.
Yeah. I like how they constructed their roster now.
A lot of shooting.
A lot of shooting, and they got their guys. They know who is who, and they know what they need
They
out of those players. There's no
they
uncertainties.
chose and now people are trying to make up the scenario that Con Knipple's life is a lot easier with LaMelo. Okay, I'm sure Con Knipple love watching LaMelo shoot off of one leg from 3-4 times a game.
And miss all of them. Yeah, I'm sure he
I would
loves
just like
seeing that.
I would just like to point out that when it comes to those three brothers, that I was spot on because I always said LaMelo was going to be the best out of the three, but it wasn't saying much. He is
Yeah,
good. Don't get me wrong.
but he's not a superstar.
Um, one of them's a rapper now,
Yeah, unfortunately.
and the other one's out of the league. So I would just like to point out that I was right about those three.
But shall we look at the other side of the ball?
Is there a pun there?
I don't know. I don't. That segue can mean a few different things, but I'm looking at it from Minnesota's perspective now. Aside from
Well,
us calling out LaMelo's shortcomings, I
still a
think it's
good.
a
Okay.
really good. It's a really good fit with Ant Edwards, Jaden
Yes.
McDaniels. How do you pronounce the last name?
Io DeSumo.
Desumu.
But DeSumu's going to be now. Hold
Mhm.
on. I just made a YouTube short about this last night. Io DeSumo was another one. The Chicago. People wonder why the Chicago Bulls suck, so they trade away all their players.
Jeez.
This They got DeSumo at the deadline from Chicago. He averaged 14 points per game for them, shot 50% from the field, 40 from three in the regular season. Postseason,
Hmm.
15 points per game, 50, 40, and had a huge series against the Nuggets when Ant Edwards hurt his knee.
Yep.
And they are reportedly re-signing him to a 5-year deal worth 112 million. So for all the people that I know, I mean, you're going to be concerned now that Naz Reid is no longer coming off that bench. Io DeSumo is going to be that six-man role now. That's going to
Oh
be him.
yeah. Hmm.
Their starting five you're looking at is Edwards, LaMelo, Shannon. McDaniels will probably
Okay.
move into the four. McDaniels will move to the four now that, and Rudy Gobert. Not to mention the addition by subtraction by getting rid of Julius Randle.
Yeah, he's a
That's the
bum.
thing. People ask, is LaMelo a good fit next to Ant Edwards? Did you watch Julius Randle the past 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, LaMelo, he averaged 7 assists last year. I think he's probably going to be more open to. He knows he has better scorers on his team. He's going to be able to facilitate. He's a good point guard. No
Yes.
one's trying to take that away from him. Yes, he has his moments where he does stupid things or he's inefficient, takes bad shots. I think he'll hopefully be more efficient shooting the ball, knowing that he has other better scoring options next to him.
And again, Minnesota desperately last year needed an upgrade at point guard. I mean, they were running Dante
Yeah.
DiVincenzo at point. And that's not a
Yep.
knock on Dante, but he's not a point guard.
So now Mike Conley can come over to the Heat.
I also think essentially that's setting up for.
Yeah.
Real quickly, let's get these comments caught up real quick. Anthony, draft picks in the NBA don't mean crap outside of the top 7 anymore.
Um, that very much depends. There have been some good picks in the early teens.
Fair enough. I'm a Sixers fan. I don't know what that means.
I'm a Heat fan. I don't know what that means either.
Clint, I agree. I think Minnesota is the top 4 team in the West next year. Yeah, Clint, there are so many teams interested in Jaylen Brown, but apparently Boston wants 4 first-round picks for him. Okay.
All right,
And,
guys.
and Clint, I like this comment. He says, Melo has to walk in with the attitude that he is the second option.
Yeah.
But you're the starting. But here's the thing: you're the point guard. You should already think that way, because your job as a point guard
But
isn't to.
if
It's your
you
job to get everybody else involved.
that is
Do you
true,
think?
but if you think about what he got drafted into, right? The Hornets had nothing. He was the only guy.
Okay.
And for those years starting out, I mean, he was just, jacking up shot after shot after shot. His best year came when he averaged 25 in 2024. And then you saw they drafted Knoppel, and what happened?
How many games did he play that year?
His
By the
numbers
way,
went down. Oh, he only played 47.
thank you.
Very cheap. Good catch there. So probably the numbers would have went down a little bit if he played more. But also, you can see the contrast as well when Knoppel got there. His points per game went down. They went down to 20. Before that, he had a solid streak of like at least averaging 23 each year.
And did you have his career numbers up in front of you?
Yes.
Would you like to ring me every year of his games played?
Oh, games played?
Yes,
Rookie
please.
year, 51 games played.
So
Second
that's
year,
31.
75.
That's okay. So he missed 30 games his rookie year, only missed 7 his second year. Okay.
Yep. Next year, 36 games.
That's a lot of missed games.
Next year, 22 games.
That's 60 games missed.
Yeah. The next year, 47.
That's a lot more missed.
And this past year, 72.
And if you now
So,
note it, and if you go look at his career numbers this year, he played over 70, and it was his career low in minutes. So clearly, LeVar did not teach these boys stamina when they were training in their backyard in Chino Hills all those years. Because the fact that you are 27, the fact that you are like 24 years old and you're having that 24 years old and you can't play 30 minutes a game on a basketball court, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like I said, I like LaMelo. He is a good basketball player. I don't want to come on here and knock the kid. And it's not about me. I don't have a personal vendetta. I
like his fit better on Minnesota than any time in Charlotte.
I never would put him as a top option on a team.
Yeah.
And again, you do have to ask yourself an important question. It took Charlotte that long to be a 6-game over 500 team and in the play-in. And now, when they finally have some success, they ship him off to Minnesota. Why is that? Why was he moved that quickly when they finally had some success with him and all those shooters? Why is that? You know what I mean? There's a method to every madness in this world, which is why, there's a method to the madness. Like, why are the Niners always got 20 injuries? Hi, George, how you doing? I saw the comment, that's why I said it. But I'm serious. Like, there's a method to every madness in this world. So why to rebuild all these years with LaMelo and then you finally have some success and then you move them? Like you said, they viewed their building blocks as Con Knipple, Brandon Miller. They wanted to add veteran guys around them, and they did. Naz Reid, Kobe White, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen. But why is it? Why was he moved? There's got to be something to that. And I think a lot of it has to do with his maturity. Same thing with Miles Bridges. Why was he moved? I think Charlotte is trying to set a better culture, and getting rid of those two was the start of it. But I will not disagree with you, though. Because now Minnesota now has the number 1 and number 3 picks in the 2020 draft class. They have the opportunity to do the funniest thing if they want to sign James Wiseman, because then they would have the top 3.
Gosh. Yeah, too bad Wiseman actually stinks.
Yeah. But again, I like it for both teams. I think because Naz Reid, and the report is it looks like he's going to start a power forward, so that's even more shooting.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte's going to be a really good team next year, and I think Minnesota's going to be a really good team, because here's the thing. In the East, you need to Tyler, after every year in sports, what does a team do to try to become a champion? You try to do what the reigning champs do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why'd the Knicks win? Because they won with a bunch of wings and a bunch of shooting. Charlotte's trying to do the same thing. How are you going to win in the West with the Spurs? You got to have a bunch of firepower. Minnesota saw they didn't have the firepower to beat them, nor did they have when their second best offensive player was Julius Randle.
Yep.
Which, like I said, that's an addition by subtraction, in my opinion. Julius Randle is the most annoying basketball player to watch. I don't know why teams continue to trade for him and put him on their team. And now he's in Brooklyn, where he can do whatever he wants in Brooklyn. All I know is...
You know what? When he's gone from Brooklyn in a couple of years, Brooklyn might have a chance of winning a championship.
Oh, I know where you're... I know. All I know is...
Minnesota, they might end up in the conference finals this year. It might happen.
Hey, man. Here's the funny thing. Michael Porter Jr. had that great year. Now he gets to watch Randall jack up 13 threes a game and make like 2.
Terrible. Clint, if people said he was going to be the best ball brother, he still is.
He always was going to be.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing was is there was a moment in Orlando and I's friendship. Orlando was a destined hater of Ben Simmons, and he tried for over a year to tell me that Lonzo Ball was going to be a better NBA player than Ben Simmons. And guess what? That's still, even with everything that transpired, that still never happened. And the best part was there was a game in LA that year that the Sixers went out to LA. Joel had like 46. And Ben Simmons had like 20 and 10. Lonzo had like 6 points. I walked in the next day and I was running around. Oh yeah, that big baller brand. How about that big baller brand, huh? That big baller brand was nothing. Clint, this is my point. I have no idea why the Chicago Bulls do what they do. Ayo Dosunmu gets dealt, but Patrick Williams still is employed by that team. I will say though, in that salary dump to get Randall, the Bulls got involved in that. You see who they landed?
Who?
Nick Claxton.
Oh, really?
I like that move. That's a nice lob threat for Josh Giddey to have. That's a nice pickup. Caleb. They drafted Caleb out of UNC. At number 4. So maybe Chicago's going with something here. Maybe I can stop making jokes about the Bulls in a couple of years because
we'll see.
I was talking to one of my buddies came into the store the other day and was talking to me. He's a Bulls fan. And I said, there are just certain things in sports that you need for it to be good. And I believe that the Chicago Bulls being a good team is what is best for the NBA. There are just certain teams in sports that need to be good. And the Bulls, in my opinion, in basketball are one of them.
Yeah.
Evening, Georgie. I know I made the joke about the Niners when you first came in.
I have a wireless headset. I like it. It's comfy.
I'm all wired up.
No pun intended.
It's okay. Yeah, right.
He's not wired up off of milk. Don't worry.
Oh, Clint, we all know why Miles Bridges got traded. They've been waiting forever to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that move with Phoenix. I think him and Booker could be a solid little duo, but I liked what Phoenix was doing with Devin Booker having a bunch of shooting around him with O'Neal and
Phoenix is just going to come down to they're going to be another team, probably like 7th seed, maybe 8th seed, and then they'll end up getting bounced out of the playoffs.
Yeah, because again, but what do we say about the West? To win, to get in, you got to have the firepower.
Mm-hmm.
And they view Miles Bridges as a better option than just having Devin Booker with a bunch of 3-and-D shooters. Another trade. I like the Hornets trade better for the Miles Bridges side. I like the Hornets return better. Again, fine player, but I still think I have my opinions on Miles Bridges. I'll keep them to myself, but you know how I feel about him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll keep him to myself, but people know how I feel about Miles Bridges. Oh, I don't know what George. I don't know what George is referring to. What you said for this.
We'll let George dream.
Unfortunately, Anthony, somebody just did this past year.
Yeah. You can only go so far with getting to the free throw line 20 times a game.
Oh my God, Clint bringing this up. Tyler, do you remember Open Court?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the Decades episode?
No.
What? Okay, so there was they were doing their best starting 5 of the decades, like Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson in the '60s, Michael Michael and Malone and all them in the '90s. But Shaq was talking about the centers that he would put in the 90s, and he put Hakeem. He said Hakeem was the one dude I could never figure out. And he said he made a joke about Georgetown players, which was Alonzo, Pat Ewing, and Dikembe. He's like, them Georgetown players, they're going to fake left and go right. And he was mocking. He said they all do the same move. They go, and then freaking, he's like, go ahead, Alonzo, go that way. Give me that dumb running hook. Go Google open court decades and fast forward it to the 90s. It's hilarious. And then when it gets to the 2000s, it's even better because they were asking him about Shaq, who would he put as his point guard of the 2000s, and he sits there, he's like, Nash beat me out for 2 MVPs. I still don't know how. He's like, I'm averaging 28-15 without the free throws. I'm like, well, Shaq, we know you average it without the free throws. Trust me.
Because you weren't hitting the free throws.
Clint, I don't know, man. It sounds like Booker's kind of content out there in Phoenix. I mean, he had his opportunity to leave when Kevin Durant left.
Yep.
I think Devin Booker's just kind of content where he's at.
Yeah, I don't see them moving Booker. That sets the Suns back a long time if they move him.
3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, Trey Turner strikes out with a guy in scoring position.
Oh.
Every time. Well, that 5-0 lead was fun. Then the Pirates decided to score 8 unanswered. Thank you, Aaron Nola. But no, yeah, I don't think Devin Booker. Again, Devin Booker's in the situation. He will be moved. Oh, damn it went foul. I thought Schwarber just hit like a 3-run nuke, and of course it went foul. But no, Devin Booker will be in Phoenix as long as he wants to be. Oh, Clint, I'm not disagreeing. Don't talk to me about that. Talk to the big fella about that. Yeah, Anthony, fun thing for you. We ain't got no NFL this week.
Yep, sorry, Anthony.
Next week we will. We're back on the NFL next week.
We do have some games to play, though.
Which would we like to get those started?
Let's do it. Anthony, feel free. Help us out.
Clint, you too. We need help with these damn things. All right, so let me just get the grid. Let me get the grid set up here real quick. So we're going to do a couple fun little games here to end the show tonight, everybody. We're going to do a grid for basketball. Oh dear God! Oh yeah, this is going to be great.
I was reading Anthony's comment. Can we talk about someone? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah. We will not go down that path of said player who, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no,
we're not talking about it. I will say, though, thoughts and prayers for Chris Johnson.
Yes, thoughts and prayers for CJ2K. That broke my heart when I saw that. All right, Tyler. So to kick off the night, we're going to go to the old beat the grid.
Oh, man, what is this? What? All right.
So 10,000.
I'm already looking. Bulls and 10,000 rebounds. If that ain't Dennis Rodman, all that dude did was grab rebounds. If this isn't Dennis Rodman, I'm out. It's over. We're not beating the grid. All right.
Yes, 60% of the people. All right. Magic. Do you want to get the 10,000 rebounds out of the way?
Shaq.
Okay.
Oh, Clint's got one.
60. Who won
Memphis? Oh, Zach Randolph? Maybe?
It's either I'm between Zebo and either of the Gasol brothers.
Oh. Marc Gasol could be a good one, too.
Al could also be a good one. So could Zebo. And guys in the chat, help us out because this is rough.
Yeah, let us know who we feel more confident in. We can throw in Clint's for Bulls Kings. He's got DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. You could even put Zach LaVine in there, too.
Sure, yeah.
But we'll give DeMar some love. Good
All
pull,
right.
Clay. Good pull. Who would have. Dude, why do we have to put these damn franchises
Mm.
that are just like. George, it doesn't have to be a full time Grizzly. They just had to, at some point,
Yeah,
play.
play for them and have it. Oh, Anthony got Vince Carter for Kings Magic. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. Clint's feeling Paul.
You want to go Pau Gasol?
Dude, he had a long career. He had to have had over 10,000 rebounds.
All right. We're going with Pau.
A 17-year career, yeah.
Let's go. I
There we
like how it's sick. I like how all three of those are 60%.
go. The obvious. Hey, that's all right though. The goal is to beat the grid.
Well, since we
There we
there
go.
you go.
Pay him, show him some love. Zebo
The only
with his
the only
headband.
reason I knew no, the only reason I knew that is because I remember when he got to Sacramento when he started chucking threes.
I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right.
All right, now here's the real fun part.
Oh dear. Um.
Okay, so we have Sixers, Grizzlies. Bro, what is this?
Wow. Wait, I got an odd one for Magic Sixers. Who was your boy you couldn't shoot? Who was broken? You know the name. You know the name. Put it in there.
Uh,
Yeah, Fultz. Oh yeah. Oh
Dog, why
yeah.
you gotta do me like? Why did you have to do that?
Oh, that was an easy one.
Okay, well,
Michael
you know
Carter
what?
Williams.
Ooh, actually, Sixers, Bulls. I gotta go one.
Who you got? Oh, Kyle Korver. Wow, 6%.
He had some. He was
Jeez.
he was on those teams that were right like past the 0-1 finals teams when Iguodala first showed up with AI, and
Oh,
he averaged 14 a game once.
oh wow.
Oh, Anthony, if only you would have got that in before I took my
Ooh,
guess.
that
That's a
was a
good
good
pull, though.
one. Yeah.
George also had to go for Magic and Sixers. Carter Williams. Yeah, well, you know what, George? Blame Tyler.
Hey, I had to go for the comedic aspect. I know how big of a fan Sam was of Markel Fultz.
Oh, knock it off. All right. We need someone who played for the Sixers and the Grizzlies.
Um,
Like, what?
who?
I don't even know. I don't even know where to start this. Oh, I forgot he played in Memphis.
Oh wow, I forgot too.
There
Wow,
we go. I forgot he played in Memphis.
nice.
I remember Denver. I remember Detroit. I remember the second stint in Philly. I forgot he played in Memphis.
All right,
God,
nice.
that was a heck of a
Good
the
grid,
chat
everybody.
came. I'm gonna say the chat came in. Oh
Anthony
God
said
Almighty!
campaign. Oh no.
All right, gee, I'm just gonna catch up on all these comments real quick. Clint said the same thing. Go with AI. Wow.
Yep.
George, again, it's like I forget he played in Memphis. I remember Denver, I remember Detroit, and then I remember the return to Philly, but I
Mm-hmm.
forget that he was in Memphis. It was those were bad times for AI. All right, that's game number one we're going to play. Number two, Tyler, you and I are going to compete in the 82 and 0 challenge.
I'm ready.
So basically, Clint I'll give Clint a shout out here. Thanks to Clint is why this game is being played on our show, because Clint made me a monster of it, and then I showed it to Tyler, and now Tyler loves to try to perfect the 82-0. By the way, I got Matt hooked on it too, by the way.
Nice.
So basically, how this 82-0 thing goes for anyone who hasn't played it, you have to pick your best starting five from the roles you are given. You get 2 respins per round, 1 respin for a team, and 1 respin for an era. So you get the Chicago Bulls in the 70s, you can respin the era and try to get Michael Jordan. So
George, we've practiced a few times. We got the speed down. We got this.
So yeah, and this is going to be real quick. Tyler and I are going to compete 1 round each, and whoever wins is the winner with the best record. If for some reason we were to tie our records, we will play a third and deciding game. I will not base it off of the points that the game gives you because I think that's ridiculous.
Okay.
So, Clint, you're banned.
Oh my gosh.
Clint, Clint, please send me the link.
Sam's never gonna sleep.
Dustin and I will be on Hitting Home until 1 a.m. doing that. Clint, please send me that link. All right. Oh, no, Anthony, I'm just saying, if for some odd reason Tyler and I had like both the same record, we would go to a deciding matchup. All right, Tyler, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Who would like to go first?
Let's have you kick it off. Set the bar.
All right. So let's kick this thing off here. My first spin, I'm rolling with 2,000. God, this is so bad. I want to respin already. Now, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to start off. I'll start off. I'll go with Joe Smooth. I'll go Joe Johnson at my shooting guard just for the time being.
Okay.
All right. Next up, my next spin, I'm looking at 2010's Phoenix. Now, this is interesting. I have some options here.
You ain't getting 82-0, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. There's already. We are off to a terrible start to go 82-0. I could go Steve Nash, but I don't think 2010 Steve Nash is really worth that.
You know, I can't help you. I'm not helping you.
No. Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go Amari at my 4. I'm cool with Amari going at my 4 there. 80s Bucks. You know what? I'm gonna respin my era. There's not much here. There's really not much here. I mean, Terry Cummings is a good one, but I'm going to take a risk, and I am going to respin my era. And I got worse. It's okay. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm Glenn Robinson. I'm killing my versatility a little bit with that, but I'm okay with going Glenn Robinson. All right, so I still got my team respin. And look at this.
Damn you.
I like how...
Damn Kareem.
No, because I was either trying to get this or I was trying to get the 20s because I would have got Giannis.
Yep, I know.
But I'm going Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I'll say now, I'm worried that Kareem moves the needle a lot in this game.
That's prime Kareem too.
Yeah, so if I don't pull him,
2010's Detroit. Dear God, what am I? Have no choice but to respin.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know it. That is Chris Paul, and I finish with a 68-14 record.
Okay, I think I could beat that. 68-14.
Let's be real. It got dicey till I got Kareem.
Hey, yeah, it was. Yeah, I was kind of hoping you didn't get Kareem, but it lucked out for you.
And then I got my man Stoudemire. I got some nice
Yeah.
wings. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with 68 and 14.
All right. I need myself Wilt or Kareem. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, Tyler, are you ready? Here we go. Oh, get out of here.
Oh man, I can't start off with Lanier. Gimme.
Look down your list. I have your pick on this one. If you
Man.
come on, just don't make this harder than it has to be.
Let me go. Let me go Isaiah Thomas.
I was gonna say, come on, man, you got to go Isaiah.
It was him or McAdoo because McAdoo with the versatility at the 4 or 5. But I'm going Thomas.
I'll be real. Your best option is to get McAdoo in the 70s with the Knicks.
Mm,
Even see, I'm helping you, but you wouldn't. It's okay. It's okay.
No. I told you Stoudemire.
Yeah, I was like, because what am I going to do? Go Steve?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah. All right.
All right,
Next spin up, Tyler.
Okay, all right. Let me
Got some options.
give me Earl. Throw Earl at the.
Well, you had no.
If I lock
you
in though, then I'm locked in at my shooting
backwards
guard.
done.
You know what? I'm fine with that. Let's do it. I'm confident.
Okay, so Tyler's going with Earl the Pearl. All right, Tyler. Next spin, you have. You got the Nets of the 2000s.
Man. Give me Vince.
Where am I locking him in at?
Toss him at the power forward for now. I'll move him if I need to.
Stoudemire's killing you.
Yeah, really.
Well, mine was 68 and 14, right?
Yes.
All right. Next one up, Tyler. You have
on
1970.
Bro, I already got them.
No, you had
Did I
the
not?
80s.
Oh wait, I had the 80s, you're right.
You still have both. You have both respins.
Yeah, let's go. I'm staying. Let me re-roll team. I'm staying 70s.
It's Kareem. Oh!
Give me George Gervin.
All right. Lock him in at the small forward position.
Yep. All right, come on. Give me Wilder Kareem. I need it. It's either that or it's a bust.
Oh!
Oh.
Now, you have options. Do you go with Robert Parrish or do you take a shot with your era spin and go for Bill Russell?
Yeah, if I can't go Parrish. It's not going to move the needle enough. I gotta give me the era respin.
Watching it's the 2000s when they were like awful. Oh, you get the 2020.
Chris Taps. All right, whatever. Throw him in there.
All right, Tyler. You finished with a record of 59 and 23. So this round of 82 and 0, I did get you.
Scroll down for me real quick. You know, I got screwed at center. What I should have done, I should have re-rolled the team for Isaiah Thomas and tried to get a center in the 80s.
Honestly, do you want me to honestly tell you if I were you, I would have took Elvin Hayes over Earl Monroe. Elvin Hayes is because he's also, you can plug him in at center. Elvin Hayes is another big get in this game.
But I was still trying to hold out hope for the Kareem or Wilt.
Yeah, if you don't get Kareem, Wilt, or Shaq, you're not doing it.
Yeah.
So that is our 82 and 0 challenge for the week. All right, everyone. So to end the show tonight, this was supposed to be the end of the show after doing the 82 and 0 challenge.
It is the end of the show.
But no, it's not. I was scrolling through the internet and I found a very fun little trivia game for my lovely co-host here. Tyler, are you ready for some NBA trivia?
No, I'm not.
And Anthony, Clint, if you guys want to help out Tyler as well, I will go with your I'll give you your guesses and give you credit. So, Tyler, I found a top 10 list. This is going to be great. We're going back to the 2002 2003 season. Can you name the top 10 players that season in points per game? Also, real quickly, let me just point out something.
In
Clint, Elvin
order
Hayes is
or
Elvin
just
Hayes is a big key in 82 and 0. If you get Houston Rockets Elvin Hayes and Golden State or Lakers Wilt, all you have to do is get some decent wings. So, I have the top 10 scores from the 2002 2003 season in points per game. Can you name them? You do not have to go in order, just in case that wasn't
let's see how
clarified.
many I can name.
All right.
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant that year was number 2 at 30 points per game. You're off to a good start.
He was number 2. Huh.
Yes.
Who could have been number 1?
All right. George is going to help you out here. Allen Iverson was AI was number 3 at 27.6. So you got number 2 and number 3. I think you may need help with number 1.
I want to take a random guess here for one.
Dude. You don't got to get him in order.
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal was number 4 at 27.5. So you've gotten 3 of the top 4. You just didn't get 1.
Number 1. That's crazy.
So you got Kobe, AI, and Shaq, and they were 2, 3, and 4.
How about Paul Pierce?
2 more off the list. Paul Pierce was number 5 at 25.9, and George just got you number 7, Tim Duncan, who averaged 23.3. So you've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. You're missing 1, 6, and the bottom 3. And Clint and George just got you number 1.
Oh, T-Mac was number 1.
Tracy McGrady was number 1, averaging 32.1. Okay. Great guess, Clint.
How about Great. Vince Carter?
Vince Carter did not make the cut.
Oh.
So you're missing 6, 8, 9, 10.
6, 8, 9, 10.
Nope. We got 6. Dirk. Dirk averaged 25.1 that year. So now you just need 8, 9, and 10.
What about Steve Nash?
For points per game?
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Did you not just see the 82-0 challenge with Amari Stoudemire's points per game?
Yeah. So Amari Stoudemire?
No. I think he was in the league yet in 03. I think he came in the year after.
This is 02-03, you said?
Yep, so you need 8, 9, and 10.
8, 9, 10.
I got number 10.
Whoa, Ray Allen was really in the top 10?
That's when he was with the Sonics.
Oh, that was Sonics Allen.
George, you and Clint got it. Ray Allen was number 10 at 22.5.
I didn't think he was going to be in the top 10.
So you guys are missing number 8 and number 9.
Huh. Monty Ginobili.
Please tell me you're joking.
I don't know how many points he was averaging back then.
What is this, per 36 stats? Jesus.
Oh, man.
And George just got number 9. Kevin Garnett.
Did I not say KG?
No.
I thought I said KG earlier.
I didn't hear you say KG.
I think you might have been reading off another comment when I said it.
Maybe you did. I didn't hear you say KG.
No, I definitely said KG. I was thinking about
KG,
KG.
KG was because this is Minnesota KG.
Yeah.
So KG's number 9, and now we have one more, which is number 8. And I don't know if any of you is going to get this. He
I don't know.
averaged
George
20.
might.
He averaged 23 points per game, same as KG.
What position?
I'll help you. Same as Duncan, Dirk, and KG. We had a string of power forwards.
Oh.
It's over. Clint got it. Chris Webber.
Oh, wow.
Damn, that was the comment war. I mean, you got off to a hot start, and then these two just kind of.
Jeez, you're flying in. You guys are showing your age.
Excuse us. Act like you weren't born then.
I was like 3 years old.
George, that was good. You guys killed it. That's why I said I wanted Tyler to see how much he would guess, but I want the chat involved too. That's the point. I want the chat to be involved too.
I'm mad at you for not hearing KG when I said it.
I didn't hear you say KG. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chris Webber. Never would have guessed it.
Yeah, exactly, Tyler. Where are you going at Clinton when he's
Hold on, now there's a different contrast between '90s kids. I am a barely '90s kid. That '99.
Yeah, right. You're barely a '90s kid. Oh no, and Clint, I agree. You had C Webb, you had Bibby. They had some. I think wasn't Page on those teams. Stojakovic.
I think Stojakovic.
George, that honestly, that was like peak 2000s NBA. So yeah, just to round off that list one more time. So yeah, number 1 was T Mac at 32.1. Kobe was number 2 at 30 even. AI was 3 at 27.6. Shaq was 4 at 27.5. Paul Pierce was 25.9. People forget how good Paul Pierce was before that big three was formed. Dirk was at 25.1, Tim Duncan at 23.3, C Webb and KG were at 23 even, and Ray Allen averaged 22 and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, Clint. Those Kings teams in NBA Live were pretty sick. With that being said, Tyler, anything else we want to talk about tonight? We talked about a lot.
Yeah, a lot of basketball. Got free
Stuff.
agency open up tomorrow.
Which I'm sure DA After Dark and we'll have plenty of NBA offseason stuff tomorrow night as well because kicks off at 6 p.m. So
Yeah, other than that, that's about all I got.
yeah, George, by that time, that was it. Reggie's career was kind of winding down. Reggie had his peak in the 90s, early 80s, or late 80s, not early 80s, late 80s. Yeah, Clint, I couldn't remember, man. Peja could shoot. Peja back then was like, yeah, young Hito Turkoglu, a young
Oh
Gerald
yeah,
Wallace. They had
wow.
a bunch of young dogs on that team. Just unfortunately, they had to run into this team that had Kobe and Shaq.
Yep.
Hey, Clint, before I go, another teams that were really good in
Ooh.
those early 2000s, the Portland Trailblazers. Though there were some good Portland teams in the early 2000s too, but Portland always has good teams. Problem is they're always hurt. But all right, guys, gonna wrap up Unbiased tonight. Absolutely awesome show tonight. Talked a whole bunch of NBA. Talked the Giannis deal. Talked the John Morant deal. We talked the LaMelo trade. We talked a whole bunch of NBA tonight. Talked some Golden State Warriors. Did our little beat the grid 82-0 challenge. And Tyler, with the help of our lovely listeners, had a very easy trivia list that he had to run through, which I will give all of you credit for the KG pick, because Tyler, I do apologize. I did not hear you say it earlier, so
How dare you?
that is my apology. We are going to wrap this up. Oh, Clint, that comment has to go on before the
Oh,
show ends. They were the Jailblazers. Rasheed Wallace. Could you imagine if Rasheed Wallace was on the Pacers team that was involved in the Palace Brawl? By the way, before, do you ever hear some of those stories from those Pacers groups?
No.
I don't know if they were an NBA team. They may have been some. We may even make another movie called Straight Outta Indiana with some of the stories from those guys. But guys, that's going to wrap up Unbiased tonight. Thank you everybody who tuned in on the YouTube side. Thank you everybody who tuned in on the Facebook side. Remember, can't catch the show live. YouTube channel, Facebook page. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. And it's going to call it a night for us. We'll be back at it again. George, if you confirm us in the comments, I believe we'll be back at it with DA tomorrow night. We'll have probably a lot more NBA stuff, but of course, Hitting Home will be live Wednesday at 10. Dustin and I have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Birds of the Gridiron will be live on Friday. And Anthony, just to let you know, we'll be back into some NFL stuff next week. We got our NFL planning for the season kicks off next week. So, guys, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight, and we'll see you guys next time. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Have a good night, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.